My teacher handed my friend a stick of deodorant in front of the whole class. Mrs. Medina has had it out for Baljeet since September. He's my best friend. Has been since elementary school. Smartest kid I know. Wouldn't hurt anyone. Which apparently made him an easy target. It started with comments. Baljeet, when's the last time you did laundry? His clothes were clean. I'd seen him pick them out that morning. Then she started opening windows every time he entered the room. Didn't matter if it was 30 degrees outside. Then she moved his desk to the back corner. Better for everyone, she said. In October, she put a bar of soap on his desk in front of the whole class. A little something to help. Everyone laughed. He just sat there. November, she started keeping Febreze on her desk. She'd spray it toward him at least twice a class. Just keeping things fresh. December, she offered him extra deodorant from the Lost and Found. January, she asked if his family cooked with a lot of spices, and if that's why the smell follows him. And then yesterday she walked up to his desk, put a stick of deodorant right in front of him and said, "I got this for you. You're welcome." 30 kids watching. Baljeet didn't even look up. He just sat there. I sat there too, but I was already thinking about what I was gonna do. I found what I needed online. Liquid ass. The reviews were insane. Cleared out a whole office building. My roommate moved out. I've never smelled anything worse in my life. Exactly what I was looking for. I also ordered a mini Bluetooth speaker, smaller than a quarter. Could connect to my phone from 50 feet away. Both arrived Wednesday. I tested the speaker in my garage. Downloaded a fart sound that was wet, loud, and way too long. Perfect. The spray almost made me gag just from cracking the cap. Friday morning I got to school early. Mrs. Medina always left her jacket on her chair and her bag next to her desk. I had maybe 3 minutes before other kids showed up. I walked to her desk, pulled out the spray, and hit the inside of her jacket collar. 2 sprays. Quick. Then I slipped the speaker into the front pocket of her bag, zipped it shut, sat down at my desk. Baljeet walked in a few minutes later. "You're here early." Couldn't sleep. He sat down in his corner. Mrs. Medina came in at 8:20, set her coffee down, put on her jacket. The smell wouldn't hit right away. It needed to warm up. I waited. 5 minutes into class, she started sniffing. Here we go. 10 minutes into class, a kid in the front row gagged, then another one. The smell was spreading. Mrs. Medina stopped writing on the board, sniffed, turned around and looked directly at Baljeet. "Here we go." "Really, Baljeet? In the middle of class?" I didn't. "Save it." She stormed to the window and shoved it open. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Basic hygiene is not optional. She turned back to the board. I waited 3 seconds. Then I pressed play. The sound that came out of her bag was unholy. A long, wet, rumbling fart that echoed off the walls. It lasted at least 6 seconds. The room went completely silent. Mrs. Medina didn't move. Mrs. Medina?" Someone asked. "Did you just—" "No," but the smell was getting worse. Way worse. And everyone could tell exactly where it was coming from. A girl in the second row stood up. "Miss, I think it's you." "It is not me." "Sit down." "Then why does it smell like it's coming from your jacket?" Mrs. Medina grabbed her collar and sniffed. Her whole face changed. She gagged. Actually gagged. "What? How? This isn't—" "Mrs. Medina ripped one!" Someone screamed from the back. The class exploded. Kids were howling. Desks were screeching as people moved away from her. Someone started chanting, "Stinky Medina! Stinky Medina!" More kids joined in. Within 10 seconds, half the class was chanting it. She tried to yell over them, but her voice cracked. She looked around the room, face bright red, and then she did something I'd never seen a teacher do. She ran. Just grabbed her bag and sprinted out the door. The chanting followed her down the hallway. I looked at Baljeet. He was covering his mouth, tears streaming down his face, laughing harder than I'd ever seen him laugh. 4 months of humiliation, exposed windows, soap on his desk, deodorant in front of everyone. And now, Mrs. Medina was running down the hallway with 30 kids calling her stinky. I leaned back in my chair. Worth it. Mrs. Medina was out sick the rest of that week. Rumor was she went to 3 different doctors trying to figure out what was wrong with her. When she came back, she didn't make eye contact with anyone. The Febreze was gone. The window stayed closed. She moved Baljeet's desk back without a word. A week later, someone taped a stick of deodorant to her classroom door with a note that said, "You need this more than we do." I don't know who did that. Wasn't me. Okay, it was me.